In Sloka 5, Lord Krishna says, both the path of karma sannyasa, that is renunciation of actions, and karma yoga, working in actions, lead to the supreme goal. But karma yoga is superior to karma sannyasa. Arjuna had this doubt in his mind. So, Bhagavan is explaining this with more emphasis on karma yoga. So, he says, karma yoga is the karma yogi does his karma with the divine knowledge only. So, it is karma yoga plus jnana yoga only. The one who follows karma yoga, he is following jnana marga also, because he is getting that knowledge. The knowledge is offering karma in the name of God, and I am not the doer, and I do not expect any results from the actions. This is the knowledge. This is the divine knowledge we get from Bhagavan. So this is that jnana marga. With this knowledge you do the karma. So that is karma yoga. So here both are combined. The Bhagavan says that, we already explained, both are not different. Because the bhakta, that karma yogi sees everything as God. Whatever is in the earth, everything is God. So he does karma in the name of God. And in spiritual practice we find that is intention of mind. So everything depends on intention of mind. So intention of mind matters. So wherever you are, your level of consciousness stable, and you always in thoughts of God, and you always offer everything to God. So the state of our mind is important for a karma yogi, because you are not going away from your path. Whereas if you take karma sannyasa, if you feel suddenly it is difficult to follow, you will be moving away. So in that case you are neither a karma sannyasa nor karma yogi. But here karma yogi, you find he is very comfortable here to continue his path as karma yogi. Even if he comes out of spiritual duty, he has got his social duties. So he will continue with social duties. For karma sannyasa, he has sacrificed his social duties and he is continuing only spiritual duties. But once he is away from that, he cannot do any of his duties, neither his spiritual duties nor social duties. So that is not safer. So it is always safe to follow karma yoga. Lakshmana, he did not want to be in the palace. He prepared himself to be with Rama even during Vanavasa. So he said, I am not. He said very clearly to Rama, I don't want that sort of life. I don't want to get myself attached with the social duties or the material world. I would like to be with you and serve you. So he was for Bhagavat Kainkaryam. He was for that spiritual duty. So he completely cut off himself from the social duties. And he made it very firm. He was very firm in his decision that he would do only spiritual duties, and he did it. So you should be strong mentally. That is what in this sloka we find, the intention of mind matters. So everything is in our determination. So here the mind plays a very important role. And we find there are different kinds of people around us. So some may not have spiritual life, and they do not do anything, any karma. And some may do karma for the sake of name and fame. And the law of karma operates here then. But they do service to the society, but they do not do anything to the spiritual world. And some, they are spiritual seekers, and their motive is attaining moksha. And they do the spiritual duty, then they do service to God, sadhakas. So we have got different kinds of people depending upon the level of consciousness. So their mind, the mind is, it depends upon the mind. So what happens here, we find The mind control is very important. Once you go away from any of these duties, you are cut off. But people who are in Karma Yogi, they can continue even if they move away from spiritual path. So it is safer. So Bhagavan says, you better be a Karma Yogi. That being a Jnani, following Jnana Marga, Karma Sannyasa is tougher for you. So you be here. And he also says, even if you go to forest, live there, if you want to away from your social duty, there also your nature makes you to be the leader of tribe, because the people there, they will come to you for any help. Then being a king, because that is your swadharma, that is your nature. So what happens, you will have a tendency to help them, and you will do all things necessary, related to the necessary for that. So naturally you will become there also you will become a leader. So you will become a tribal leader. So because that is your nature. So wherever you are, you have to do your duties. And he says, if you are a Karma Yogi, you will be doing anything according to your duty. So Bhagavan makes it very clear that Arjuna, Karma Yoga is more suitable for you. So you do this. And the mind causes bondage, and mind causes liberation too. So it depends on the person's mind. And both Karma Sannyasa and Karma Yoga. If you take Karma Sannyasa, why they are away from social duties and doing spiritual duties. They are very sincere in doing spiritual duties, because there's absorption in their mind. They have completed that. So they completed that absorption in mind. So they do service to God. They do not have anything else in their mind. So you are doing it while doing your social duty. You are doing both spiritual and social duties. So both are identical internally. So he makes it very clear that Karma Yoga is more suitable for you. It is like everyone, both Karma Sannyasa and Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga we follow. The objective is Atma Sakshatkaram. We want to attain that. So we can follow any of these ways, and the result is the same. And the Periyalvar, he was asked by God to participate in a contest. Then Periyar said, I am not a very good academician. I cannot, and I don't have a formal education. How can I go and compete with scholars there? Because the king wanted an answer for a question. The question was, what is eternal? So Bhagavan said that you go and attend that. Then Periyar said, no, I don't have that much of knowledge. So I am not suitable for that. Then Bhagavan said, you just think of me, that's enough. You go there, just think of me. And Periyalvar was an ardent devotee of Lord Vishnu, and he was doing the service. The service is collecting flowers and making garland and offering it to God every day. And he was doing it so sincerely, and he was very happy with that service. So Bhagavan also likes his devotees very much. So Bhagavan here drives Periyalvar to attend the debate, and when he was present there, God helped him to give out the answer that Paramatma is a Parampurul, he is eternal. The king was happy with that answer, and he gave him the gift of gold coins. Periyalvar got that coins, and Perumal was so happy to see his child, because every bhakta is his child. So he wanted to see the child, and he wanted to congratulate. So he appeared on a Garuda, and he saw Periyalvar coming with the honor and with the gold coins, and he was kept on the elephant. So the procession was going on. So Bhagavan was so happy to see his bhakta, his child getting that honor. Periyalvar offered even that gold coins to God. He said, it is not mine. You asked me to think of you, I thought of you, and you gave me an answer. I just delivered that answer. So this is yours. So he didn't He was not tempted by that material at all. So this is what the Karma Yogi. Periyalvar was a Karma Yogi, but internally he was a Karma Sannyasa. He was not attached to anything. He was very happy with the service he was doing. So this is how we find how Karma Yoga and Karma Sannyasa are the same. Then if you take Periyalvar's daughter Andal, when she asked Periyalvar how to attain Krishnanubhavam, then Periyalvar suggested, you do that Katyayini Viradam. And like how the Ayarpadi Pengal did that is the women of Ayarpadi did during the Dwapara Yuga. Andal, she followed it blindly because she has faith in her father who is a guru for her and faith in God. So she followed the way the fasting was done by the women of Ayarpadi in Dwapara Yuga, and she did it and she could attain that too. So the faith is very important, the determination, the mindset is very important. So these are the things we give us message. So from Periyalvar we learn the values, from Andal we learn the values. The value is keep your mind always with God, and you always offer anything in the name of God. How Andal did it. Every day she used to sing a song in praise of Lord, and she used to collect all the people, and this is how she did fasting during the month of Margadi. So the fundamental thing is we need bhakti, true bhakti and faith. And they were not sannyasi. They were householders, and they did it, and they attained. She attained Bhagavan. So this is what we learn from this sloka. So Bhagavan suggests different ways for different types of people, and it is up to us to choose the path and follow the techniques to attain the final output.